Take two.
And here's baby panda.
The panda sheets are upstairs.
What can you say about your couple of these being here? We're already here in Dumaguete.
I like Dumaguete. It's a nice place. I don't have to worry about being cold like in the States and freezing snow. Just sweat a lot.
Yeah, but he got a side nose and
No, I just got
a
sick.
running
It's a cold.
nose and you go on the cough.
It was too much traveling. I traveled 20,000 plus kilometers in less than 2 weeks. So it was too much traveling too fast.
Okay.
That's all it is. I'll be better soon.
So yeah, this is our home.
She picked out the bed sheets. I mean, couch cover, whatever.
Yeah, but it looks so really good and kind of comfortable.
I think that's all she's
I
looking
still
at.
love it. And we have a green curtains as well.
Yeah. So we bought 2 days ago, or 3 days ago, a scooter for her that I still have to teach her how to ride. And we didn't use it for the last 2 days because it did nothing but rain. So we finally went out and got lost, got found,
Yeah.
and then found our way to Robinson Mall, did some shopping.
We have only one way trail and go to the downtown and way back home. It's just really the boulevard.
It's the only way we know right now. We gotta go get lost some more so we can find ourselves again.
We actually lost really like turning a couple of times there in the downtown before we get to Robinson.
Well, I told her that there's a lot of people, so I'm concentrating on maneuvering the bike because anybody that's been to the Philippines knows it's nothing like in the States. It's a free-for-all. No rules. Anything goes. So we had the exciting time, and I got my wonderful back seat driver right
All I can
here.
say is just like I was like a back driver, like I always like
Slow down! There's a car on the right! Slow down! No, you gotta move! Slow down before you make a turn here! No! Slow down! No! Speed up! I am grateful for the little bit of extra help, but you know, a little calmness can go a long way, you know. There's a car next to us, babe. Just be aware of it, not car!
I didn't really the job, but yeah, I'm a little bit tense. It was like our first because we have I think in my heart because we have actually a bad experience, not really bad experience, but it's kind of like the other day how many couple of days there was like
The day we bought the bike.
yeah, the
3 days, 3 days ago, somebody spilt their scooter, and because I was a foreigner, people started pointing the finger at me. But the police cleared me. But we did the Good Samaritan thing for the little kid because it wasn't their fault. Make sure they were taken care of. We paid for the checkup and medications out of the pharmacy, which was $605 or 605 pesos. For the checkup, and then under 300 for all the medications and stuff to keep the wounds clear. So for less than 1,000 pesos, for the people back home, less than $20. Make sure the
yeah,
kid
so
is cared for.
I'm a little bit like from the experience. It was not really that bad, but and it was our first day out, really like a bit far distance. With the riding the motorbike, so I'm a little bit kind of tense.
Yeah, she dumped the one that was driving the other scooter, dumped her bike a good probably 10-15 meters before from where I was at, but I saw her motor scooting towards me, so I took off, and so people thought that I bumped her or something, I guess, but whatever, it was, you know, I didn't touch her, she didn't touch me, so no big worries about that. But we just make sure the child was cared for properly. And then what about our days? And just to make sure they didn't try any phony stuff, I got a new SIM card.
So that makes me like always like telling him that be careful, like slow down, especially when there was like a cruising road, like where we gonna cruise, and there was another car.
Hey, we were just next to a big 18-wheel tanker.
Yeah.
Nothing to worry about.
I don't know, but I'm just a scary girl when it comes to like vehicles or whatever. So I'm just really not sure if I could make it by myself driving there in downtown. But hopefully we have a mall just like 5 minutes I think from here. So I definitely just might going to just go shopping.
If all else fails, she can walk there in about 10 to 15 minutes. Motoring less than 5.
Because honestly, if it is a car, I'm not gonna really worry because I know you're a master of the car. But with motorbike, thinking that he's just actually like it's been a long time. You saying
Last
that.
time I drove one or ridden one, I should say, I was like 16.
You cannot blame him. Like, I'm not really trusting him that well, but I know he's good with
Oh, great. The newlyweds have trust issues already.
But I think for how many days that we're gonna use the motorbike and we're gonna drive it for sure, I think I'm like going to be like a little bit more used to it and get relaxed and trusty with it.
She's not the only one tense out there. I mean, I am obviously not used to riding a bike or a scooter.
I can tell it's
So
because you're not really putting it in a very high speed thing, which is I really like.
she doesn't know how to lean with me yet. She's still got to learn how to lean in the turns with me.
How do you see that? Why?
Because I go to turn and you keep yourself perhaps of turning into the corners.
Okay.
You're keeping yourself straight when I'm trying to turn.
Yeah.
She still has to learn to ride too.
Yeah, I know. That was I'm actually asking you yesterday that how do you feel me at the back because I should have like
She asked me if she felt heavy.
I should follow the way how you move your body, right, or even motor as well.
Yeah, when you lean with the bike a little bit.
Yeah.
But don't fall off.
So can you feel it actually that I'm actually like against with the movement?
Yeah, because I have to lean harder.
See?
See, as long as she stays put, it's okay because I can adjust.
Oh my
But as soon as she's like, it makes it a little harder.
That's why I could not really actually, apart from driving it, I'm actually not good rider at the back because you know what? I could not imagine myself like, especially with the motorbike, it's really like doing that already in the
I'm not laying it on its side racing. It's a 125cc scooter.
I don't know with you, but I'm just really scared of it. Vehicles, I don't know, like.
Vroom vroom.
And then when I'm also like I'm driving, I kind of like I'm going to travel and with them, even with the airplane. You see that? When we go down, I really like I don't know. I just like I guess I have this kind of very advanced
Next time we go
mind.
flying, I'll take a photograph of the claw marks in my arm.
I don't know. I just really have. I guess my mind is too advanced when it comes to like, and yeah, I am a little bit like kind of negative somehow. So yeah, this goes.
Keep calm
Uh-huh.
and don't worry about it because you have no control. Only worry about the things you can control. Otherwise, all this wonderful,
Yeah.
beautiful hair you have is all going to sudden turn white.
Yes.
You know, you're going to look like a 145-year-old lady
I know, but
with the
I'm
cane,
trying.
and you'll only be 18 years old.
I'm trying because yeah, I'm kind of like very worried person. I don't know. I'm just like I'm kind of like I really want certain things. Yeah, that's one thing that's really bad for me.
Apparently, she wants more than me.
How about you? You just go with along the
Go with the flow. When in Egypt, do as the Egyptians. When in the Philippines, do as the Filipinos do. That's all you do. Don't fight against the crowd. Go with it. Enjoy.
That's why it's good that I've become a woman because if I'm like if I'm with his situation, I don't think I'm gonna travel no way that I'm going to be like really go for uncertain things just to be with a girl. So it's just good that I was the girl. there. And yeah, I was just like, kind of like we're opposite, so he's just like, he's very kind of strong and open-minded, like what comes, you know, like.
Until it comes to
fish.
fish, I'm very close-minded to fish. I don't want to eat fish.
Yeah, I haven't seen like a really good fish yet, so I think we still fry him to eat fish. We still just stick with pork and chicken. We still didn't try the beef yet.
Well, what was that, caribou at your dad's place?
Where?
We had beef at your dad's. Or was
Oh
it
yeah, we
caribou?
have the top
The-
one, right?
yeah,
We call it dipstick. But there's another way of cooking, which is don't make it really. That one my auntie cook. She make it a bit tougher. But it's one of my favorite here in the Philippines, the bistik Filipino. We call it bistik Filipino. So
Yeah,
one
what
day,
she
one day,
said.
one day, I'm going to get it.
Yeah, we'll have to make some good old American McFatty burgers here soon. Have her try it.
Yeah. And so for Filipino food, it's just keep trying them. I mean, he is more with adobo.
I'm waiting for another. I'm waiting for
style.
another version of adobo. I love my adobo. Pansy, I like until she
How do you
get.
find the pancit?
I like the pansy, except I don't like it when the bones are still part of the meat when I try to eat it.
The bones?
Yeah, like the chicken. You cut right through the bones on the chicken.
Uh,
I was sitting there putting a nice big fork full of
No, actually-
noodles and meat. Chomp! Ow! That was a bone. Oh!
No, actually, the very nice meat that we put it in a pancit is a pork belly slices, the very thin slices, and with
That's it.
fat and the fat and then meat. We actually don't use chicken. I just make it because there's nothing there.
I know.
So yeah, that's the very nice version when it comes to pancit. You have to use a pork belly. And I don't really like, there's a kind of, that's why some find it not too very nice, because there's a kind, you have to choose the brand of the rice noodles that you're using, because some of the brand, they are just like really going to get so very soft, and they become, when you cook it, they become very shorter, just like the soup. I like the way, I made it in my hometown because it was really like one.
The one in hometown was really good. We
Yeah.
had, when we got the noodles, was that from the wet market or was that from the
It's just like
Robinsons?
from this.
I think those
No,
noodles we got from
it's all-
Robinsons. Yeah, we got that from Robinsons. Those were, I didn't like those noodles at all. But the hometown stuff, nom nom nom
Yeah, I
nom.
like that way as well because I want the pants longer and a bit tougher. The one that I get this here in the Magere, it was. I wanted to buy it already next time. That kind of pants. Yeah.
Next!
So now we just are resting because we have to go to the Kibble shop for TV. It's getting bored now. We're just using his laptop for our movies.
Yeah, my new movie selection's like only 50 movies, so we're running
Yeah.
out. So we need to get TV, and then we got like a serious ant infestation somewhere, so we got to go get
Yeah.
some ant killer. They keep trying to sell this chalk. It's like if you can make like a big circle around one ant, and it just runs back and forth and hits the chalk. It eventually kills itself because I have no idea why. But you can watch them fall, but like to actually try to kill the colony, it just isn't working. So they got this electronic thing that's supposed to be for cockroaches and mice and whatever else. So it's what, 1,400 pesos, 1,500 pesos,
So
something
you're
like
gonna
that.
get it, not the spray.
Well, I'm gonna get that and the spray. So I'm gonna get that, plug that in the wall. So hopefully that'll also help with getting the mosquitoes and
Yeah.
stuff too. So we'll
I'm
get
very
that,
worried
and
about
we'll get the all-purpose spray so we can spray down the skeeters and ants.
We have actually a very big mosquitoes here. Well, just luckily, we're not maybe prone with the skin, I mean with the bite of the mosquito, but when even in the bathroom, like our towel there or our clothes, once I take it off, the mosquito is just there. Oh my God! And it just when I get the clothes, it just blow up and And it's so a bit scary and I'm kind of bored, even though they're not biting me. But sometimes I could feel it like in the skin, and I just like kill it. One time I able to kill it, and they're already starting sucking it. So I'm kind of actually a bit bored with this mosquitoes now.
Maybe we can, when we talk to them about the drain in the bathroom, maybe we can ask about getting like some
Yeah.
type of screens, even if we have to pay for it. You want to be worth it. Especially since how we're going to be here for next year, so that'd be worth it. And for all you fancy Americans, hot water is a luxury. So if you want hot water in your showers, you got to buy the little boxy thing and flat plugs into the electrical socket in the shower to have your hot water. Otherwise, you got to do the taboo bath and pour hot water that's been boiled into the bucket and dump it over yourself.
We're just doing what if he's hot water.
Because I've been sick.
Yeah, we're boiling kettle and put it in the bucket, and he used the tub with Filipino way of showering.
So refreshing.
Taking a bath.
Ah.
So the one bucket of water is already enough for you to take a bath. Alright?
Use it sparingly.
You sure you're able to have a soap in your body already and shampoo it? Because me, one bucket is not enough for me.
No, it's enough. You take a couple of scoops and get yourself wet, and then you just work your way down. So you put the shampoo in your hair, you know, maybe rub a little bit on your face, dump it, so the water runs down. So you just do it in sections, and it's enough. That way, the water keeps running down your body.
So
'Cause
you're
you-
experiencing now the way of Filipino. Well, it's actually now
For Americans, it's called camping.
Oh yeah. But nowadays we're just lacking the heater. But usually more of the household we have the shower already. This tub is just really old days. Maybe when I was just like living to it.
All the CRs here, bathrooms for Americans, they have the regular shower heads like you're used to. But the difference is you can sit on the crapper and take a shower at the same time.
Well, yeah.
So there's no separate like bathtub or raised tile in most places here. Now, if you build your own house and you want a westernized style, you can tile it off to have a separate section or whatever. But most places that you will rent here or find pre-built that you'd buy here. Set up where you can sit on the toilet and shower at the same time.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll be looking for land soon.
So how do you feel it in the movie that you're really like kind of like, you know, it's really like, you know, you're thinking already about buying land. So it's really difficult in Dumaguete.
Oh, it's definitely Philippines. No matter where we go, it's going to be Philippines. But I like it here. It is, it's nice. The people are friendly here. The one biggest difference that I see here, as far as like when you go to the stores, you go buy, basically you buy anything, the amount of respect that you're treated with. And so I don't know, because there's usually not a lot of other people around when we've gone shopping, but it's always you know, welcome sir, thank you sir, and they say ma'am to her, you know, thank you for shopping, thank you for buying. There's a lot of respect shown as
they're
a
extra
customer.
polite because you're foreigner. There one time experience that we are in the Lay Plaza and they're actually closing. And
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I forgot about that.
they're actually really closing. And there was actually, I think it was the owner or the manager of that supermarket, and they just let us in. They were like totally closing, and then
We were the only people in the store, and besides the people restocking the shelves.
And from the time we get to the cashier, the light really turns off.
We were shopping in the dark. There was no lights on it. We were shopping in the dark.
It was, if it is only me, I doubt it was going to let it in with that kind of timer, because I'm with a foreigner, then It's one thing of having a foreigner here. We have an extra. Well, I think it's because of the money they're thinking of.
The money for foreigners here really goes a lot further. Like,
Yeah.
I bought her a brand new bike. Granted, it wasn't a name brand from the States, and it is mainly a Chinese knockoff, which saved us like 22,000 pesos to buy the knockoff version. But if anything happens, I can go buy Honda parts to put on it. So, I mean, it's a little bit of a give and a take as far as that goes. But the fact that somebody can walk up and pay cash for it after just showing up, you know, a week
Yeah.
before, and people know you're new here because you have no idea where you're going. They can tell. You know, they see that as, you know, being Mr. Moneybags, you know, Uncle Scrooge from, you know, the DuckTales that has the big building full of money. That's kind of what they seem to see here because the money goes so far. But you don't really have to be rich to have a good life here. I mean, in the States, you can't live off $1,000, which is what our budget is. You know, I spent less than $1,000 for a brand new bike that back in the States you'd spend at least $6,000 to $10,000.
But your 1,000 here is already like 50 plus, right?
Yeah, it's at the current exchange rate, it's like 51,000 pesos for $1,000. So I think the exchange rate's 51 to 1 right now.
But the way I see it, yeah, maybe we could have like let's say if you have 50,000 a month, right? But if you think about the prices of the food, right? And even when you are eating outside, it's just only me and him. We're almost like paying like 500, almost 500, like.
Well, when we go out to some of the nicer, more expensive places, it's around 500. But if we go to like Ingersoll or whatever, it's like 150 pesos a piece, so around 300 for both of us with
Yeah,
drinks,
but for me,
which is honestly expensive here, but I'm still trying to change my mindset because 150 pesos, I'm thinking $3. That's the cheapest meal I've ever had.
but me too. I kind of like I'm adjusting the prices here because 12 years ago when I'm still really I was just like I didn't go to Hong Kong yet. The prices of Jollibee was just like 56. When we go eat like the inasal, during my time it was just like we could eat like one order or one set, which is like about 65 like that. But now all those like when we eat 100 plus or close to 100. So I'm a bit like for clothes as well, I could stay there because during my time here, I was in college. I could buy like a clothes which is like only 100, but now even not the very branded one, it's almost 200 to 500. So kind of like I'm also adjusting with the prices here because it was totally different from the time that I was been staying in Philippines and never been in Hong Kong yet. So kind of like
Either
For me,
way,
it's expensive.
it's an adjustment because we both have to change our mindset of
yeah.
what's expensive, what's
yeah,
normal,
that's
and
right.
what's cheap. Like for me, I figured going to like the wet market and the public market would be cheaper to get fridge vegetables and the meat. And when we went yesterday, the day before, it was all
What other day?
it was basically the same prices. You know, which you can look at it one of two ways. They're either telling us that a higher price because they see me as a foreigner with money, so maybe if she went by herself, maybe it would be cheaper.
No, it was already the prices.
Was it?
We have a tag already. Like the
Yeah.
chicken.
So
It's almost cheap.
there's no difference. But the other way to look at it is, if you go to the supermarket, you're helping big corporations take over a country. Like we have Walmart in the States and all this. That push the mom and pops out and make people unemployed and starve. So by going there, you're helping out little small families, which, you know, I like to do that part, but also, I mean, just to go when City Mall has their grocery store here is a much more convenient.
But with the
Thanks,
tricycle, we've been like overpaid as well because I figure out that coming here actually for tricycle going from downtown, especially when it's already like the nighttime, it's because the tricycle here is not like the same in Tacloban that you can go around with one tricycle. You can you can take it to downtown only you only.
Yeah.
They don't pick up another passengers here. They have kind of a big tricycle, and they are picking up like when we hire a tricycle, they will going to pick some passengers, or otherwise we will going to pay the whole trip like that. So coming here from downtown is actually just 50 peso, and then several times we hire a tricycle coming here like nighttime. They're asking me like 70 or 60. So I
Yeah.
just figured out actually 50. If we will going to hire the tricycle straight from downtown to come here to our place here, which is we call it Pulang Tubig. It's kind of barangay area from the downtown to the provincial. I mean the poblacion.
So we're not exactly downtown, but we're not
Yeah.
far
Yeah.
from necessities
Mhm.
at all. I mean, we can go anywhere, but getting the bike, I mean, will save us some money as well instead of taking the trike. The only time I think we'll probably take the trike is when we don't know where we're going and when we're gonna buy lots of stuff.
It's
Like when we go
worse.
get the cable today, we have no idea where that's at.
We really have to like it's like in going to downtown, like where to go, because especially you're driving, so you have to know the road, right? So otherwise you'll keep on circling. That thing is the need to be. Yeah, maybe we could try, but we said we need to go there a bit early when the street is not so very busy.
Well, it's like it seems like when I watch videos on YouTube, you know, before we came here, like Ned and some of the other ones that do their YouTubes, they seem to do everything early in the morning when they do their videos and they go out and explore because there's not a lot of people out, you know, so they can take their time and relax. Where when you know you're in the middle of 45 other bicycles and you know you got they're semis. It's not what I call a semi, but they're semis. They're large vehicles. You know, you're concentrating on not dying instead of exploring. So it's
Probably
adjusting.
early morning because you could not do it like late afternoon or night because it's actually busy.
Mhm.
People from work, I think, going out. It's really very busy during the late afternoon. Maybe
Yeah.
like even 9 o'clock or 8 o'clock, still the road is still very busy.
Yeah, people don't seem to get active here until probably 7, 8 o'clock. I think it was because when we stayed at the World
The
View,
worldwide.
or the
Oh,
Worldwide, was it World View Hotel. That even we were up at I
8
think
o'clock,
6.
9.
Yeah, I woke up at 6 to use the bathroom, and then like I went back to sleep, woke up and looked out the window at 8. There was like no traffic on the road.
Yeah.
But all of a sudden, 9 o'clock, I don't know why, you could see
Here
the
it's
herd just coming down the street.
Yeah, 9 o'clock usually here in the Philippines, shops are open 9 o'clock or even 8 o'clock.
Mhm.
That's usually the normal time here. In Hong Kong, it was usually 11 o'clock.
Yeah, I like I like Asia's concept. Sleep in and stay up late. I really like it.
Oh, why?
Because I spent all my life waking up between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. to go to work.
Oh, really?
I've always gotten up early to work. That's why when I switched over to doing night work, I liked it so much. Because nobody was around.
And actually, I think we both took just the first experience that we have the supermarket, which was 7:30, I guess. Yeah.
I've
I
never
also-
heard of a grocery store of any place.
And
Yeah.
it's not only a grocery store; it's just like the whole building. It's
Yeah,
like-
so
it's
for
all
people
kind
back
of
in the States to get an idea, it would probably be like, for the Northwest, it would be like a Fred Meyer's. Probably like out east in the States would be like a Publix or a Meyer type place where you can go, you can buy groceries and you can get
I was
like
so
gardening
surprised
supplies and you can get household dishes, forks, plates. It's kind of an all-in-one store.
Yeah. And so, regarding to Dumaguete, it's really actually true that I now believe I was saying that it's actually a retirement place because, as well, I could say, um, it's a usual view here that you could say expat couples, and most usually I say this like the older one, which is really make it sense here.
Yeah, I don't stick out too much here. I don't know if I put them white. But no, it's like you can go to the malls here and you'll walk past, you know, tons of foreigners. Well,
Yeah, it's
I
just
shouldn't say
like-
tons, but a lot of other foreigners. You know, where when we were talking a little bit, I don't think I ever saw any other
Yeah, it's yeah.
foreigners.
It's
Yeah.
because to be honest, our region like it's like Eastern Samar or Leyte, especially with my region. I don't really foreigner goes there as like holiday, especially for those who had married with a foreigner, but they never really stay there because they just go there for a holiday. Like when there's a like fiesta or Christmas, they go to visit the family and to have like a holiday, but they never really stay there. Even they build some houses there, but they just don't really stay there. So you cannot say that much foreigner there.
No, no, it seems like the biggest business venture here, if you have, if you're married to a Filipina or want some type of business, is going to be probably your rental places here, especially if you can get them
You build
close
a
into
proper-
downtown, if you get to the city proper area, or fairly close like this one is. Like, I think this area would probably be a good place to start building like they did this one, to start building rental properties, putting in apartments and whatnot. Because they just put it in the city mall here, which just opened last year or two, I think. And so it's going to start growing. I mean, where our apartments are, we're two thatch huts.
Yeah, I noticed it here. They are more on apartments, building apartments and condos. Compared with my region in Leyte and Samar. Because maybe it's because,
Yeah.
foreigner here usually invest condos and apartments.
So down in the boulevard, there you got the new complex going in with the condos, which I think like when I looked in, like a studio is going for about $1 million pesos or so. So they got that, and they got the nice restaurants down there, which I think Ned and all them eat at before on YouTube and show off their videos. Haven't tried it yet, but we'll have to venture down there someday. So far, that's our little experience.
I was just like asking him to try this beach time, and it works well. And I like it.
Yeah, I got one extra. This one actually already kind of broke, so I need to fix it already. Coming out of those K-9.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you can see the little thing down there broke. So.
But this is new, right? Before
Yeah.
you purchased
Yeah, I
it?
never had it out of the box. When I pulled the leg separate, I got to put it back together proper, just enough to make the bid.
Yeah, it looks cool.
All right, bye guys. We'll talk to y'all later.
Okay. Bye bye.
Meh.